Hey, how's it going to be McNeville? And today, I'm going to talk about why DeMarcus Cousins coming back is actually going to end up being a bad thing and hurt the Golden State Warriors in this final series than it is going to help them. Now, as you know, Kevin Durant and DeMarcus Cousins, they were questionable for the series, and DeMarcus Cousins was able to play in Game 1 of the NBA Finals that the Warriors actually did lose, and I'm pretty sure that's the first time they ever lost Game 1 of the NBA Finals. I could be wrong. They might have lost in the first time they made the NBA Finals. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time they lost Game 1 of the NBA Finals, so I'm beginning to how DeMarcus Cousins will actually hurt him. Now, he only played 8 minutes, so we really didn't get to see much of him. They're kind of trying to integrate him very slowly, which I think is a very, very smart thing to do if you're Steve Kerr, because it shows Cousins, hey, you can tell Cousins, we're just trying to get you in there slowly, when in reality, he doesn't want DeMarcus Cousins to mess up what they're already been doing. And actually, I'm beginning to 3 reasons why I think he is not going to be a very good, big benefit for the Warriors. I actually think that he's going to hurt the Warriors more than he helps them in this series. I'm beginning to all that in the video, so if you do like the video at any point, like button, subscribe button, mean the world to me. And without further ado, without running on too much, let's get right into this video. Alright, so for my first reason in this video is going to be that he will slow the game down. And now for some teams, someone slowing the game down is a very good thing. But for how the Warriors like to play and how the Raptors play, that is not a very good thing at all, as both the Raptors and the Warriors are the two fastest paced teams in the entire NBA. Both of them love to run and gun, especially with Kevin Durant out. They never slow the ball down. They run and gun the whole time, try to get out in fast break offense and kind of try to score from there. And Curry thrives in the fast break offense. So, I mean, with how fast-paced they are, DeMarcus Cousins being a slower big man, coming back from an injury and probably not even playing half of this season, coming back from a season-ending injury just a year ago, then another very long injury this year in Game 1 of the playoffs. He's very slow right now. He's pretty big, and he just does not fit this type of game. Kevon Looney actually fits this style of play more than DeMarcus Cousins does, because Kevon Looney's faster, more athletic, and more agile. So he's a better fit for the Warriors than DeMarcus Cousins currently is. As he slows the game so much, he is going to hurt that style of play that the Warriors like to do, as now he's just going to jumble up the court and really contest it more than he really has to, because Steph and Clay are not going to be able to get as open as much, because the pick and rolls won't be coming as fast, and the game won't be moving as fast, which will make Curry and Clay less effective and easier to guard. So DeMarcus Cousins is going to slow the game down a lot for the Warriors, which is not a very helpful thing. So what I think Steve Kerr should do is have Cousins only coming in off the bench and only playing with the bench unit, because at least with the bench unit, now you have older guys like Iguodala, Livingston, DeMarcus Cousins. You have players like that where slowing the game no longer hurts you, and now you can play that slower type of game, which DeMarcus Cousins is best at. So I think personally that he's going to hurt them when he slows the game down, and when he's in with the starters and the fast-paced guys like Steph, Curry, Clay, Draymond, Kevin Durant when he gets back. I think he's going to hurt that a lot, and we already saw in Game 1, he did not play that well when Klay Thompson and Curry were on the floor. But now my second reason is going to be that he'll be a hard to get back in the lineup. Now, not only is he going to be slowing the game down, but he hasn't played since round 1 in the playoffs, and the Warriors are just now getting used to be playing without Kevin Durant, and they're starting to get in a very, very good rhythm, a very good role where Curry is taking over, Clay's playing very good, Draymond's going back to his old self, and they're really playing a very good system, and all DeMarcus Cousins does is throw a wrench into a very good system and working system, which you never want to do, because if it's not broke, don't fix it. Now, yes, they like to do power and numbers, and DeMarcus Cousins could more than help them off the bench, but I don't know if he wants to come off the bench, and I don't know if it matters at this point, because Steve Kerr knows just as well as everybody else that there's no point in just throwing DeMarcus Cousins into the starting lineup when this has been working so good for you as of late. Now, if you want to stick with the strength and numbers approach, I would agree with that and let DeMarcus Cousins get 10, 12, 15 minutes off the bench. But what I would not do if I was Steve Kerr is try to integrate him too fast, put him in the starting lineup, slow the game down, and now it just throws a huge wrench in a already very, very good system that's been very, very effective for this playoffs. They've only lost 1 game since they lost Kevin Durant with this system, and that was in Game 1 of the NBA Finals just now, and I mean, it was a pretty good game for all that you could say. Game 1, you know the Raptors were going to come out with a ton of momentum, and I think that the Warriors are going to be able to make a very good counter punch in Game 2. So yeah, I just think there's no point in putting Boogie Cousins back in there, and it just throws in another problem for Steve Kerr to try to fit by integrating him back into the lineup. But now my third reason is going to be that he doesn't even match up well. So say Steve Kerr does want to put him in the starting lineup, or does want to give him extended minutes off the bench and gets him around 20 to 25 minutes off the bench, especially when Kevin Durant's out. Well, he doesn't match up well at all. As say he gets on Marc Gasol. Yes, Marc Gasol is an athletic, so they kind of work together right there. Marc Gasol is not that athletic. He's kind of slow, so DeMarcus Cousins can keep up with him. The problem with Cousins on Marc Gasol is Marc Gasol can shoot mid-range, three-pointers, and inside, which he did all the above this game. Now, yes, DeMarcus Cousins was not on Marc Gasol the majority of the game, but still, Marc Gasol caught fire, and if he ever catches fire when DeMarcus Cousins is on him, DeMarcus Cousins can literally do nothing about it, as he's not fast enough to guard him on the perimeter, and one of his weaknesses is actually perimeter defending. So I personally think that Marc Gasol wouldn't be a good problem. And then if he gets switched on someone like Pascal Siakam, he is not fast enough nor quick enough to keep up with Pascal Siakam on the perimeter, because Siakam can shoot threes, can shoot mid-range, and is a very good inside presence. So I don't think DeMarcus Cousins matches up with anyone very well at all in this series, and I think it's just going to hurt him so much more. So let's just recap what I said. He's going to slow the game down, which hurts the Warriors' type of play and makes Curry and Klay less effective. He'll be hard to get back in the lineup and just throws a wrench into an already very good system, and then he doesn't match up well with anyone. So I personally think that if I was Steve Kerr, I would just say we're very slowly integrating him back in the lineup and give him at max about 15 minutes off the bench. I wouldn't even think about putting him in the starting lineup if I was Steve Kerr. And because, I mean, think about it. Not only is he not all these three things I just said, but he also has no playoff experience. His only playoff experience before this was him being on the bench in a playoff team. As last year with the Pelicans, he was on the bench the entire playoffs. This year, he's been on the bench the entire playoffs due to injury. Now his only playoff experience is going to be in the NBA Finals. I think not. He's not getting in the starting lineup. The max he's getting is 15 minutes off the bench, and that's what I personally think. But unfortunately, guys, that's the first video. So comment below. Do you agree with me? Do you think Boogie Cousins is going to hurt the Warriors more than help them? On all your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you did like the video, put a like button and the subscribe button. It would mean the absolute world to me. And I hope you have an absolute blessed day, because I have a blessed day, so you need to have a blessed day. See you in tomorrow's video. Goodbye. Boo. Blah.